Good evening, everyone. Today we're going to embark on a journey through one of the most spectacular aspects of the Olympic Games, the opening and closing ceremonies. These ceremonies are more than just grand events. They are cultural showcases, celebrations of human achievement, and symbols of global unity. For the next minutes, we'll explore the significance, history, and highlights of these ceremonies, and how they reflect the spirit of the Olympics and the world at large. The Olympic Games are often described as the pinnacle of athletic achievement, but the opening and closing ceremonies transcend sport. They are moments where art, culture, and international diplomacy come together on a global stage. These ceremonies are designed to convey messages of peace, unity, and the shared humanity of all nations. They are also opportunities for the host country to showcase its culture, history, and achievements to the world. Let's start by looking at how these ceremonies have evolved over time. The first modern Olympic Games were held in Athens in 1896, and while the ceremonies were far simpler than what we see today, they still held great significance. The opening ceremony featured a procession of athletes, speeches, and the playing of the Olympic hymn, which has become a tradition in almost every Olympic Games since. Over time, these ceremonies have become more elaborate, incorporating elements like the Parade of Nations, the lighting of the Olympic cauldron, and artistic performances that reflect the host nation's culture. The closing ceremony, on the other hand, is a time for reflection and celebration of the athletes' achievements. It includes the extinguishing of the Olympic flame, a symbolic gesture that marks the end of the Games. The ceremony also features the handover of the Olympic flag to the next host city, a moment that builds anticipation for the next edition of the Games. One of the most anticipated events of any Olympic Games is the opening ceremony. This event is where the host nation pulls out all the stops to put on a show that will be remembered for years to come. The opening ceremony traditionally begins with the Parade of Nations, where athletes from each participating country march into the stadium behind their national flag. This parade is more than just a display of national pride. It's a powerful symbol of global unity. Countries often come together in peace, leaving behind political and social tensions for the duration of the Games. The parade also highlights the diversity of the Olympic community, with athletes from all corners of the world coming together to celebrate their shared love of sport. Following the parade, the host nation presents an artistic segment that showcases its culture, history, and values. This is often the most visually stunning part of the ceremony, featuring elaborate costumes, choreography, and music. For example, the 2008 Beijing Olympics opening ceremony was a masterclass in precision and artistry, with over 15,000 performers taking part in a meticulously choreographed display that highlighted China's rich cultural heritage. In contrast, the 2012 London Olympics took a more playful approach, celebrating British pop culture with references to everything from Shakespeare to James Bond. This segment of the ceremony allows the host nation to make a statement about its identity and its place in the world. Perhaps the most iconic moment of any opening ceremony is the lighting of the Olympic cauldron. This tradition dates back to the ancient Olympic Games, where a flame was kept burning throughout the competition as a tribute to the gods. In the modern era, the lighting of the cauldron is a powerful symbol of the Olympic spirit, representing the eternal flame of competition, camaraderie, and hope. Each host nation puts its unique spin on this tradition. For example, at the 1996 Atlanta Olympics, the cauldron was lit by Muhammad Ali, a moment that brought together sport, history, and emotion in a way that few other moments in Olympic history have. While the opening ceremony is all about anticipation and excitement, the closing ceremony is a more reflective occasion. It's a time to celebrate the achievements of the athletes, to honor the volunteers and organizers, and to look ahead to the future. Unlike the opening ceremony, where athletes march with their national teams, the closing ceremony features a more relaxed parade of athletes. This time, they enter the stadium together, symbolizing the friendships and bonds that have been formed during the Games. It's a powerful reminder that, while the Olympics are a competition, they are also a celebration of our shared humanity. The closing ceremony also includes the final medal ceremonies for events like the marathon, one of the most prestigious competitions of the Games. This moment is especially poignant as it represents the culmination of years of hard work and dedication by the athletes. One of the most significant moments of the closing ceremony is the handover of the Olympic flag to the next host city. This tradition dates back to the 1920 Antwerp Games, and it symbolizes the continuity of the Olympic movement. The extinguishing of the Olympic flame is another key moment, marking the official end of the Games. This moment is often accompanied by a sense of bittersweet reflection, as the world says goodbye to another edition of the Olympics. Let's take a moment to recall some of the most memorable Olympic ceremonies in recent history. The opening ceremony of the Barcelona Games in 1992 is often credited with transforming the modern Olympics. The use of cutting-edge technology, combined with a strong sense of Catalan culture, set a new standard for Olympic ceremonies. The Sydney Games in 2000 are remembered for their joyous and inclusive atmosphere. The opening ceremony featured a spectacular display of Australian culture, while the closing ceremony was a vibrant celebration of music and dance. The Rio Olympics in 2016 were a celebration of Brazil's vibrant culture, with a focus on themes like environmental sustainability and social diversity. The closing ceremony in particular was a joyous carnival, capturing the spirit of Rio de Janeiro. In conclusion, the opening and closing ceremonies of the Olympic Games are much more than just entertainment. They are powerful symbols of global unity, peace, and the enduring spirit of human achievement. Through these ceremonies, the Olympics remind us of the values that bind us together as a global community. Values like respect, excellence, and friendship. As we look forward to future Olympic Games, we can only imagine the new ways in which these ceremonies will continue to inspire and unite us. Thank you for joining me on this exploration of the Olympic ceremonies. Leave your like, comment, and share. Thanks for watching.